When we turn up to site, the lads will turn up with a sheet with what's got to be done to the window. There might be replacement seals, replacement glass, replacement pulleys and hardware, etc., etc. It all depends on what you ascertain at the technical survey. So, as the process, traditionally, the windows will be, they will have a staff bead which fits on the inside of the window. They take that off, and that allows you to take the bottom sash out. So if it's got cords, they cut the cords and the weights fall down the boxes either side. They take that out, put it to one side. Then you've got what you call a parting bead, which keeps the top sash in, and as it says on the tin, it parts the two sashes, hence the name. So they take that out, then take the top sash out. You've then got the box in its open state without the sashes, so then you can affect the seal replacement or window frame repairs as whatever dictates on the job sheet. We then look at the sashes. We don't strip back all of the paint, but we scrape the boxes. We sand the face of the sashes, but we don't do the finer detail. So it's just basically to get those parts where the sash slides more in keeping with its size, so it does slide up and down properly, and to take all that paint away. It's usually got years and years of lead-based paint, so our lads have to wear masks, etc. Because of lead poisoning. Then what we do is the lads will look at the sashes while they're out. If there's any reputting, reglazing to do, they'll do that before the sashes are reinserted. Once the glazing has been replaced and the putty, the weights that they've taken out the box will be weighed and the sash will be weighed. The reason for that is why it's a balanced sash. The two of them have got balance, so they have add weights, they can add to the cast weights if need be, so they balance the sash. What you find with a normal Georgian sash window is the fact that because it's multi-paned, over the years, from a 3mm crown glass, or old glass as we know, that's got the wavy parts in, it's quite unique, might have been changed for a 4mm, 6mm, or even laminated in some cases. You just can't tell. It's whoever turns up on the day over years that has done this. So the balance, the sash has got heavier against its original weights. So that's why we weigh the sashes, weigh the weights, add the counterbalance, and then we can reinstate the sashes so we know they slide up and down properly and they're going to stay where we put them. So basically it's easing and adjusting at the window, but now we've made the gaps that it originally would have had. So this is where we introduce our draft proofing system. So now we've got the gaps, so after we've done all the repairs, we've made the window as it should be, as it would have been, or near enough as it would have been as the time it was installed. However, we've got all the gaps in place now that we need to address, so we stop that rattly, drafty window. So as we're putting it all together, we introduce a draft proofing system, which is a polypropylene weather strip that inserts into a carrier. So there's a carrier routed into the mid-rail area and then a brush inserted in that, so it stops the draft coming through the mid-rail area. When we're putting the sashes back together also, we introduce it, and it has on the cords a sash release system. So what this enables you to do is to release the sashes in future without the need of taking the pins off, losing the cords, which is why the window got in this state in the first place. So by introducing easy maintainable measures going forward, it allows the customer to be able to maintain the window going forward. Listed building property, we normally not have no problems getting through the listed building consent with that. The reason for that is because it's on the back of the window, or it's on the back of the sashes that you never see. But what it does do, and conservation officers like it, architects like it, is because it allows you to maintain the window, and as I said before, it stops the window getting back in that condition if it's maintained properly. What you've got to remember is, years ago we had lead-based paint. Lead-based paint was very good, but it's been deemed now, quite rightly so, to be, because of the lead, it has health issues. So that was banned, and now we have paints that arguably are not so good. Some are good, but lead-based paint would really stick to timber. So you used to have to paint your windows less regularly than you do now, and especially on south-facing windows where it gets a lot of the sun, then it gets wet, then it gets dried out again. A lot of these paints blister. They're not as good, or don't seem to be as good as the lead-based paint. So you have to paint or maintain your windows more regularly. So the sash release system, the removable parting bead that holds the draft proofing system, and the staff bead, which is removable, all makes it easier going forward and doesn't alter the aesthetics of the window. So this is why conservation officers like it, customers like it, architects like it, and it just is beneficial to the window going forward.